Hey guys, welcome to FtP Podcast number 8. I am Pawz, leader of FtP CC, and I have some other people here with me today. Go for it. And DJ.
Hey, how's it going? I'm DJ9, leader of FtP CC, and I just ate some dinner.
Ooh.
Mm.
Very nice.
I'm Tannerdino, if you want to call me that. Actually, no, that's the correct way to say it. Anyways, I'm free-to-play Ironman. I like efficiency, I like methods, and I'm going for 200 mil attack.
Hello, it's Verf. I have a free-to-play Ultimate Ironman, and I play some other unique Ironmans.
I'm Woohoo. I played a free-to-play reg and dog shit rank in free-to-play CC.
And I'm Charles. I'm the organizer, honorary organizer for free-to-play CC, and I'm here to ask questions and get these guys opening up about kind of everything game-related and what they're talking about and whatnot. So ignore my opinions, but I'll be guiding us through this. And congrats to Freck on mexing again.
Wow.
Cool. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right. First question. Free-to-play wiki plugin has been added to the RuneLite plugin hub. What are your thoughts, and are you using it? Are there any other plugins you could see being useful for the free-to-play community? What about you, Woohoo?
Yeah, I'm using the plugin. I mean, I'm not a big plugin user, so I don't have any opinions on anything that should be added, but not having to click the update button's nice.
Gotcha. DJ?
Yeah, I used it. I've only used it a couple times. I haven't been able to play much since it came out, but I really like it. Out to Freckle for putting it out.
Yeah.
Wish he was here.
R.I.P.
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 He left his greatest contribution, that plugin, so everybody go download that.
Yeah, that was his last thing he did.
This is
What about you, Pawz?
Yeah, I didn't even know Temple had a plugin updater thing. So like when Freck tweeted about this, I didn't know what it was, but I know now. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I kind of want him to, since like he's like doing plugins now. I mean, he's just gonna be our plugin guy. So
Yeah.
I kind of want Freck to make a leather fishing plugin, so we can have like, unless this already exists, it could, I don't know much about plugins, so, but like the leather fishing cycle is like really difficult with because you have to like manually count how many times you've picked up the snow and like alternate between 6 and 7, and it's really annoying. So that would be nice if there was some sort of like visual indication on doing that. So that's what I want added.
Gotcha. And Verf?
I haven't actually checked the plugin, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I really like to use the website. I think the free-to-play website is amazing, so I don't think I'll use it. I don't use too many plugins in general, so
Yeah. And shouts out to Unky for the website, as well as the other contributors.
I won't use it because I'm already like updated regularly, and I haven't clicked my update button in so long.
Yeah, Tanner just has so many fans that he just gets updated all the time. So
Yeah, not to flex. There's that, but there's also the automatic updating or whatever that free-to-play wiki has.
Yeah.
true.
Tanner, is there a secret to your fame?
No, I haven't really unlocked a lot of the secrets of fame yet, but I use Steam client anyways. I don't use RuneLite, and yeah, and back to like what Pawz said about like Freckle Kid being the plugin guy. That'd be kind of cool. Like, maybe like a plugin that like checks if certain people are like free to play or whatever.
Ooh,
That'd be kind of cool.
authentication.
That'd be very
plugin.
cool.
that's cool. Yeah.
And guys, this kind of opens up a whole conversation, because this seems to be the first free-to-play plugin like made by the free-to-play community. Do you think we're going to see many more of these, or is this kind of like you think kind of a limited thing?
Maybe like maybe like an S running plugin sorta, but for like free to play running, that'd be cool as well. There's like a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, that is for sure. And moving on to the next question, the opposite of possibilities. Limited accounts are becoming the future of skilling, and have started to become a topic among higher level skilling clans whose leaders are slowly finishing 200 mil all. They're either quitting the game or starting to work towards finishing collection log slots now. So what are your thoughts on this topic of kind of players really kind of maxing and getting everything done and making these specialty skilling accounts? What do you think, Tanner?
I feel like it's definitely happening after like we got like Automelogy, we got like Colorado 1, and then some other high level players playing on and off. And yeah, a lot of people are just gonna start getting 200 mil all. Even like people that flock to Ironman, like some like Ironman are like less than like 5k EHP away from 200 mil all, which is insane. And it's just gonna keep getting lower and lower. So I think eventually limited accounts, I mean, it's already been like way more popular because of like people like Verf, for example, with like the Karamja series, and then a bunch of other people just started making limited accounts and all that.
Yep.
So I feel like there's definitely going to be some influx in like, especially free to players, just as time progresses.
Okay. And speaking of Verf, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting way to play the game. It's usually pretty slow progress, but very rewarding. I think it's, yeah, I mean, I'm really interested in it. Lots of different things I'm trying. I basically started trying it after I maxed my regular ultimate in the game, and then I kind of started trying those things, and ever since I've been really interested in it. So I can definitely see other people trying this out and get really hooked on it, for sure.
And quick question, do you guys ever feel that kind of like early game mentality or like that new appeal of playing, or do you feel like you're chasing the end game when you make these new accounts?
I don't know.
I think it's both. Like, because it's, at least for me, like with these types of accounts, the start is like completely different from anything you probably do, if it's like a completely unique account. And then the end game is also exciting because depending on the rules of the account, I think it's overall very interesting at the start and the end as well.
I feel like one of the appeals is just that there like pretty much isn't an end game, except for like maybe free to play reg, but even that's like a really, really big stretch. And
yeah,
and another appeal is obviously like the free to play community. I feel like a lot of people underestimate how like important community is. Like even like all the higher levels, like they're all in clans, right? And a lot of them like voice on Discord and stuff like that, and like talk in CC. So our community is really important, and since we have the free to play community, you know, it would only make things better.
What do you think, Pawz?
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy how there's, I just checked today, there's 20 people with 200 mil all now. So there's only 5 more slots on the front page. Just insane. Because like, I remember like when I started playing, people were like thinking like 200 mil all is going to be, like there's not going to be many people that do it for very, very, very long time. But it's changed a lot, so. But yeah, there's a lot of people who go to limited accounts because they're probably trying to mix up the gameplay and make it longer, I guess, because like 200 mil has gotten down to, I don't even know what now, probably like 13k hours maybe, something like that.
Probably.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like getting close to that. Like that's kind of crazy to me that I could be like 200 mil all right now almost from the hours I've played. But are we getting to those other additional questions now, or are we going to do that as a follow-up? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, let's just talk about that afterwards. Let's hear from who.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if it's something I would do, which doesn't interest me very much, but I guess I'm kind of a noob here. I haven't played as much as some of the other people, so maybe I'm not burnt out of the regular game experience yet.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention too is like Freck, for example. He's like he started playing free to play because he didn't like how the updates were going in numbers, and I feel like that's probably like how a few people have started playing limited accounts too. Is like they're just kind of tired of the game getting super easy, and they just want to try something harder, maybe more long term.
I would agree with that, yeah. Because the limited accounts, there's no rules. You're not depending on updates or anything like that. You can just do your own thing.
Yeah. And what's kind of cool about this from the money side of things is like, if you are kind of in a locked game mode or you're in free to play, like the price of money and like item inflation doesn't really affect you as much. So it's kind of nice to come back to something a little bit more stable and controlled. What do you think, DJ?
Yeah, I love the limited account modes. I don't have any, besides obviously my free-to-play, but they're definitely really fun to watch. I love watching them on YouTube. Yeah, I've considered making one, but like I have an obsession with making an account and like playing on it for like a week and then getting bored of it. So I've decided to not do that yet.
Yeah, and I know he said his only account's a limited one, but right now I guess. But have any of you guys made any limited accounts besides free to play only?
I mean, I played with level 3 for like 2 weeks. That's about it.
I've made a lot of like limited accounts, all free to play, like on the side every once in a while, just like try it out and like test early game stuff. Other than that, free to play has pretty much been my only thing.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. Next question, guys. What are your thoughts on the release of Group Ironman? Do you have any intentions of playing it? Will this be a successful edition, or will it die out after the initial hype, as we've seen with some other releases?
I think I'm not going to personally play it, but I know a lot of other content creators will. I think it will be pretty hype at the start, but I feel like if everyone is going to do it, a lot of people are going to do the same thing. I think it won't last that long, like the hype. But it will be interesting to watch at the start, I think. But I don't think it's going to be a super long-term thing, personally.
Gotcha. DJ?
Alright, all I'm going to say is, y'all DM me if y'all want to run me supplies on my Group Ironman and be a part of my team. Woohoo! Thank you.
I'm gonna be playing it with some friends, but I don't know how hard we're really gonna go on it. My only issue with it is that the high scores for it seem like they're gonna be fucked. Like, people are gonna be like, rank 1 of group of 4 hardcore Group Ironman. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
How are you gonna calculate EHP? I don't. It
Yeah.
seems just like a mess.
Great point.
I really wish hardcore UIM came out instead, because I feel like that's so much cleaner in the high scores, and it's like more interesting, in my opinion, especially in pay to play, because you'll be restricted a lot more. In regards to like EHP, it's pretty complex, but I'm pretty sure on a normal high scores list, like compared to like every other person, Group Ironman would have just like reg EHP, and then there'd be like a separate group high scores on freetoplay.wiki or whatever, and they all have Ironman EHP. But it would be such a mess, because oh my gosh, there's gonna be like 4 or 5 different Group Ironman high scores, and
Yeah.
that's just going to be so messy. And then if they add like a prestige filter, it's going to get even more messy, and it's just kind of a shame in my opinion. But I feel like it's going to be interesting for a few months. Maybe if people ask me to play with them, I'll give it a go. It'd be kind of fun to get like carried by like paid play.
Got it.
Yeah, so I'm probably not gonna play Group Ironman. I might mess around with it with some people. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm kind of more interested in seeing like free-to-play Group Ironman, seeing how that goes, and like possibly other like further limitations like Zaya only group, or just I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit more interesting to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think something we were talking about before the podcast started was how there's going to be like these content creators that JX has paid to play the game. So I guess that it's sort of a good thing and a bad thing. Like it's going to attract a lot of people to the game, which means the game's going to last longer, obviously. But it's also kind of like, I don't know, kind of gross, I feel like, paying these people.
You gotta balance your like goals with like the, like, say if you're doing like wilderness stuff, you kind of have to like prepare for a huge influx of players. Like if you're doing like, say like crafting free to play, for example, it's gonna be hard for like a little bit when Group Ironman comes out. So you're gonna have to like change up things if it goes bad.
Have any of you guys heard from your real life friends a renewed interest in the game with the Group Ironman, or is that kind of just like a me thing? Because I've heard a lot of people get very excited about kind of coming back and trying this game mode.
Nope.
No.
All
Just
right.
you.
Well, on to the next one.
Like if people want to play RuneScape, they're already playing it. Like,
Yeah.
I think there will be some people that'll come back, they'll rediscover the game and play on and off.
The thing is, you need friends
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
for a group.
Maybe if Jagex has like some sort of system where like
Yeah.
people bring back the clan, like the forums or whatever, like people start using that again, that'd be kind of interesting.
Heck yeah. Awesome. With the most recent free-to-play EHP update for regular accounts, the time to 200 mil all went from 30,000 hours to 25,000 hours, making it the most significant change in free-to-play rates of all time. This was caused by direct updates to free-to-play. Is it possible that the time to 200 mil all could drop this heavily again? What do you think, DJ?
I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but every time that they release a new update, I'm like, well, this has got to be the fastest it could get, right?
Yeah.
That never seems to be the case, so we'll see. I think it could definitely be faster, though. I mean, like, what if we get, like, 2-tick gatherers back or anything like that,
True.
Or some crazy OP RC method coming out.
I feel like for free to play reg, it will be like, I think it can drop below 20k if like they add like a very good like body talisman source, so it just makes free to play running viable, which makes like RC 3 times faster, which is like 1.4k hours or something like that. And but like for like gatherers and stuff, the only thing I can see making gatherers faster is like new methods that are found, or like they add an item like a 3-tick item or whatever that unintentionally makes like 2.5 tick woodcut viable, or like 2.5 tick mining more viable, which are like aren't new methods, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I would like to mention is if they add free-to-play agility, that's like 8k hours added to 200 mil all for free-to-play regs.
Slayer.
So it's like, oh yeah, that would be terrible. But if they add agility, that it would basically just like go back to where it was originally, pretty much.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, just to clarify for people who don't know, scatter, or what is it called? Ashes? Yeah, so like scatterberry is a new method. This is kind of old news at this point, but maybe not everybody knows. So scatterberry is 105k an hour as an EHP rate. You can get a little bit higher than that, but and then also what else? I think, didn't I link, or didn't I say which stuff was changed here. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melee and ranged.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
I see
maybe.
it.
And then
Okay.
fire making per.
Oh, right. So yeah, they also added Castle Wars potions, which are like overloads essentially, to the Castle Wars game, and you can use those while attacking your alts. In addition to the Castle Wars bracelets, which boost attack damage by like 15%. So yeah, that's what was added. This is like, I don't know. I can't see. I feel like Jagex doesn't intentionally like think about it and be like, yeah, we're gonna update free to play like this. I think they're just kind of coming up with random ideas that happen to affect free to play like that. But yeah, like I can't see them like directly adding any crazy methods for us. But yeah, like things like 2.5 tick mining could definitely be made viable. There's just a bunch of methods that exist that aren't really viable without somebody running for you. Like there's also like 2.5 tick woodcutting is also could be a thing. But yeah.
I've thought about this a little bit, but all I could think of is like they just start adding pay to play content or something into free to play.
Right.
Like, I mean, I guess it could drop a ton. You could make, if runners somehow became viable, that chop a ton of time off. That's still not another 5k hours.
I think I can see it happening because I feel like at some point they will add something to the game, and I don't realize what effect it will have on a free to play. So I can definitely see it happening. So I always feel like when they like introduce updates, like for example with the Ice Mountain stuff, they just don't know. Like they just say mention XP rates and stuff, and then later on it gets changed, but kind of scary.
Yeah. What about like Ironman specifically? What do you guys think is something that could change?
There's a lot of stuff. There's a 3-tick item would change RC, or if they added like, if they made, I don't know. There's a lot of things that can happen.
Great Orb Project.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
RC minigame.
Mentioned every
Project would be
podcast.
nuts.
You never know.
Freck will love that comment.
There are some fire giants in the wilderness or something. Drop
Oh
them.
god.
Just graphics.
I could see that happening. They'll be like, oh yeah, free to play should get some fire giants. Why not?
If they added like,
At the boss.
if they added a good hill giant spawn in the wilderness, that would be like way too overpowered. You can get like a decent like 3-4 spawn. You can get like 8 keys an hour, and it would be like nuts. So, or like if they just added like, oh, this would be so stupid. I was thinking about this earlier. If they added like a mid-level boss to free to play that you can just like farm indefinitely, you don't need keys or anything, and it had like semi-decent law and nature drops or whatever. So it was basically like giant ogresses with drops that take
Like-
long to kill.
Yeah, like some bosses in members will have that, and then it would be a free-to-play version. That would be bad.
It would basically like
Mhm.
free to play would kind of lose, like free to play Ironman would kind of lose some of its identity, because it would basically be like a lesser version of pay to play at that point, which would be kind of sad.
Why do you guys think Jagex should care about free play identity and everything, really? Because isn't the goal to get you to pay to play like as quickly as possible? I'm surprised they're not introducing more like early updates around Tutorial Island, around Lumbridge to like get new players
This
like
is interesting.
informed.
Well, they had they had like adventure paths and stuff, and then they had below Ice Mountain and some other stuff. They have some more stuff in mind, like the restoration at pubs and stuff. They also had the games room thing at the GE and at pubs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they ultimately like shouldn't really focus on the free-to-play community as much as I want them to, because it just doesn't like make sense on their part, in my opinion. But there's so many like middle grounds that they can reach. So as long as there's a middle ground that's like sort of solved, then I feel like they should like take that path.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about this quite a bit, and I saw some people talk about this a while ago. But I think for free to play specifically, I don't think they have to change much. I think the best way is to like, because for example, when you do tutorial islands, you get dropped in the middle of nowhere. And you just kind of like that's it. But I feel like they can do more of like when you get off tutorial island, or the introducing you to the game at the start, and they don't do too much with that, I think.
Yeah.
I think they kind of do that in RS3.
Yeah. Something like that, but maybe like an old school or something.
They kind of have that with adventure paths, but it's like
Pretty minimal, right?
yeah, it's like kill goblins with this staff or
boring.
whatever, something like that.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see the stats on what percentage of players never log back in after 10 minutes, because I think that would tell the true story of where they're losing people. And Tutorial Island can feel very lonely at times, right? It'd be kind of better if there's like a community that you started off with or whatnot, but who knows? Let's head back to the questions. What short/long-term RuneScape goals do you guys have? If you have the free-to-play 200 mil all mentality, what are your plans to make enough gold to stay consistent with those hours over the years? Pawz.
Oh god, I'm first. Long term, hopefully I can finish Gatherers in a few years. That would be nice. At least like 2 or 3 would be ideal. If you have a 200 mil all mentality, what are your plans to make enough gold? I don't know. I think I've been kind of thinking about this. I'm just gonna probably play like passive alts while I'm doing this, like Amethyst, or maybe something else will come around. Like I think Freck has been doing like Vires or something now, and he says it's pretty decent in AFK. Maybe I'll try that at some point, but I'm planning on playing some like passive alts over time, and if I don't have enough money for buyables, then I'll probably just AFK melee and maybe do what's that thing called, Sepulcher. I was thinking about trying Sepulcher on like my alt, maybe go for 200 mil agility for fun, and also make like a few bill in the process. So that could have potential.
Is it me? So my short-term goals, I've been working on 200 mils smithing for like nearly 2 years now. I need to get that done. So I don't know how short-term that's going to be, but I'm like 160 or 140 mil right now, so I'm not too far off. But I'm just doing some melees right now. I'm also close to 200 mil at that attack. I'm 163 out of 200. And as for finishing 200 mil all, I probably won't ever do that, honestly. But I don't ever really plan to quit either. So
Same.
I'm just gonna keep chipping slowly but surely. We'll see what I get to in 2050.
I guess I'm in the same boat as DJ. I can't really like plan to play another fucking 24,000 hours or whatever I have left. It just seems that yeah. I guess my short-term goals are I'm just doing 99 woodcutting and fishing, and probably do prayer after that. I mean, I'm just mining amethyst. That's about it.
Short term, I was working on rune crafting for a while, but I kind of changed plans because I'm also working on other projects and stuff. Short term, I'm planning on doing 99 fishing and cooking on the free-to-play ultimate. And long term, I'm just gonna enjoy it, like enjoy the ride. Don't think too much about like the full planning. Just take it step by step and keep making content and just enjoy the ride.
I'm like really flexible with my goals, so like my goals have changed like 3 times, especially my long-term goals, because I was going for like 200 mil attack, and then Below Ice Mountain was coming out, and then I was like, I'm just gonna do crafting and wood cutting because that's the only thing that's not gonna change. And then Below Ice Mountain wasn't actually as good as everyone thought it would be, so I went back to attack. And now Mod Ash on Twitter, he's like talked about like free-to-play pets a lot. So like I've just been banking a bunch of giant keys in anticipation. Panic
Mini
banking.
giant.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Already have like 620 banked right now. I want to go for 1,000. That'll give me like 99 prayer.
Wow.
And I don't know. Going for max would be cool on my free-to-play iron, and making GP on because I have a free-to-play reg. I've been making a lot of GP through like free-to-play running for like Freck, XP Go DDD a while back. He doesn't play anymore, not really, but
I miss him.
Come back.
I have enough money for max, which is nice, but 200 mil is just so large on a free-to-play reg. I feel like only really like Pawz and Netbook Pro can do it at this point.
You think Netbook is gonna do it?
It's hard to say because if they added like an RC minigame, and he somehow like got the courage to do 200 mil prayer, I think he can do it.
What about mining?
Ooh, yes.
Mine the Baron.
Yeah.
He's got to do like
10K an hour. Yeah.
Like Baron,
I feel like you can do it.
but I'm like kind of like a side, kind of like a curveball here. I'm more interested in sort of like how do I say this? You know, like 200 mils that people haven't done before. Like for free play reg, the only 200 mils that haven't been done are like 200 mil prayer and RC. I feel like it's really cool to like look at it in like a community kind of way, like to see as a community like how have we like achieved certain goals in the game, if that makes sense. So for like free to play Ironman, there's like tons of 200 mils that we haven't gotten yet, so like some that we probably will never get, like 200 mil mining. I don't think any free to play Ironman is ever gonna get 200 mil mining.
Why not?
God.
Unless they power mine for no reason. They power mine for,
dude.
like
FtP UIM.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he did it to 99, but maybe mid-level skill up. He just like
I told him to do it.
Game came out.
Yeah.
But or 200 mil RC is definitely out of the question. But I feel like RC will get an update eventually. So 200 mil RC if possible.
Shout out to Dan's Potato.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, let's head on to the next question. What are your thoughts on wilderness updates? More specifically, changes to the boxing mechanic.
Hello? What the heck?
Good job, DJ9.
What the frick was that, DJ?
He's killing. We have to redo it all now, guys.
Yeah, cut that part out.
Yeah. All right. DJ, is he back?
No.
No. Wait.
All right. Do we give him the courtesy 2 minutes?
Oh, he's back.
Hey.
Good job, DJ.
Now I have to edit. Thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
No, I'm not editing
How dare you? All right. Well, question again. What are you guys' thoughts on the wilderness updates? More specifically, the boxing mechanic. Pawz, why don't you discuss the mechanic itself, or Tanner, and then we can talk about it.
Me?
Yeah, you can.
Or Tanner, sure, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, you can go ahead.
I kind of talked about this in my video already, but for those who haven't heard me rant about this, yeah. So basically, Jagex has decided that PKers need to be able to attack every single person in the wilderness, regardless of what they're doing, and those people should stop what they're doing so that they can get attacked. Is essentially what this is. And it sucks, and I hope it doesn't happen. It seems like they forgot about it. I hope they don't watch this podcast and get reminded. So No, they absolutely don't. If they did, we'd probably be banned. Things to say about them.
Well,
Suggestions.
it'll basically patch because you won't be able to be attacked and do certain like skilling actions anymore, which sucks. So like a lot of potential for, which is interesting. It doesn't like have it for woodcutting. If you look at it, it's only for fishing, mining, and hunter.
Yeah, you can
So
woodcut.
theoretically still woodcut.
There's
one of the
magics
oaks.
in the wilderness, aren't there?
Yeah, there's magics and oaks. Maybe if they had like willows in the wilderness, it could be like 2.5 tick.
Willow
But
Wildy.
there's also another thing, which people can attack you if you're in combat with a monster, which is like pretty big for me because if I'm killing moss giants, I can't just like let a moss giant attack PK and just hop. I'll have to like actually like run to Ferox, which is like annoying, especially if I'm at the end of the trip and like at like 40 HP, risking like 6 mossy keys. Which kind of suck.
What do you think, Woohoo?
It seems like it's solving a non-existent issue. I also thought I saw they didn't want to go through with it, unless I'm misinterpreting something.
They didn't want to go through with the at first they had it so you couldn't be attacked and train prayer at the same time, but they got rid of that after people complained, but they kept the whole thing for some reason.
Alright, yeah, then it's not solving anything. It's just making an annoyance for skillers.
Yeah, so PKers can kill people that are risking like less than 200k. Sometimes
cash.
even less. Yeah. I think PKing in general just kind of sucks. The predator versus prey mentality is just so bad in my opinion. It's so much better. Like PvP is so much better. Like 2 PKers actually fighting. It's so much more interesting.
What you think?
I think, yeah, I don't think this should be a thing, but I was thinking, like, I don't know what you guys think, but would it be, would it solve anything if they make it so that it's not the case for free to play?
I think they
Worlds.
should get rid of it entirely, honestly. It doesn't achieve
Yeah, I guess.
anything in pay to play as well.
I mean, I think they do this because like the boxing thing is kind of a problem with NPCs, the X logging and stuff. That's I think why they do this, because commonly near like the chin area there's like hobgoblins and people box them and log out and how they escape, but I think that's like the boxing thing they mentioned. But other than that, I don't think it should affect skilling. because
Yeah,
they're
like
not.
they can at least get rid of the mining portion. That
Yeah,
that
yeah. I
actually
agree.
Fix it.
Like, what's this gonna solve? Like, this person's playing the game, and somebody else wants to attack them, so they should stop being able to do what they're doing, so they can get attacked. That makes no sense.
I'm just thinking like there's maybe 5 people skilling in the wilderness, and then 5 people that are doing it are doing a specific method or something. Like, just yeah. The mining is really specific with the NPCs.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
the worst
mostly
part
affected.
is like we've tried to like talk to the JMods, but they just ignored everything regarding this. But they like answer other stuff, which is kind of annoying.
I mean, I think what happened here is their intention is to solve the PKing thing with like the boxing and the hobgoblin stuff, but they didn't realize that it's also affecting other things, like the free-to-play mining, for example.
Like I just want to at least know which JMods are like actually like working on certain things in the game, so they can like actually like try to like give feedback to specific JMods instead of like just giving feedback to Ash. You know.
Yeah.
If only.
Boo, Jagex, silly update. Ban me, I dare you.
Ban me,
Yeah, but-
folks.
I haven't heard a whole lot about it though lately. This specific topic.
Yeah, it's been in the works for a few months.
Classic.
Okay. All right. If you can add an update to free to play, any update, what would it be? And actually, I'd like to chime in here. I'll go last. What do you think, Verf?
I thought about this for a while, and honestly, I think it's pretty good how it is. I like to keep it as simple as possible. So if they don't add any updates to free to play at all from now, like to this day, I would be okay with it. But I guess I always hear people talk about the Chronicle pages. I guess if there would be no limit on buying them, like per day, I would be okay with that, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
No
the only
limit.
thing, I guess.
that would be kind of nice.
You guys are really reaching for the moon here.
We need gold Castle Wars equivalent to Rune. That's what we need.
Ooh,
That'd be
very
interesting.
nice.
Gold
Fashion
Castle
scape.
Wars. Scimitar.
Gold semi. Well, that exists
wow.
actually. But...
We're just added
What
it.
if there's-
I'm
what
sorry,
is
go
it?
ahead.
I was just gonna say, what if they added some items where you could use an item on the other one, then click the resource, and it'd be a 3-tick action.
Whoa.
Super.
Damn.
It's a
That'd be
good.
interesting. Never heard
Trimmed.
that before.
Wow.
I was about to say, they could just add like a lower tier Castle Wars that's like equivalent to like bronze or whatever, and then gold could be equivalent to Rune,
Mm,
so they don't have to like add some platinum armor or something
Right.
weird.
makes sense. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay,
It might be my turn, but
Oh, no, it's
go for it.
an update that I'd like to add is probably Ice Giant Boss or Bryophyta Unique, but that's about it. The free-to-play Ironman meta is pretty good. Maybe like a body talisman drop so I can run for more people, and more people will RC as free-to-play regs, because RC is a pretty underrated skill. 3-tick item would be pretty interesting, like what Woohoo said, because it kind of opens up like 1.5 tick S, 2.5 tick wood cutting, 2.5 tick mining, a lot more viable. 3-tick mining, you don't need an alt for 3-tick mining, that'd be kind of cool. Crafting will get a little faster for free to play Ironman. There's like a lot of things. Oh, also fishing. I guess fishing would be a bit more boring, and double snow wood cutting would be. I don't know. I'd probably still use snow for some wood cutting methods, 'cause snow is just so nice.
Yeah.
But 3-tick would be interesting.
Not a fan of the snow. Like, I'll use it, but there's
I think-
something else.
I think snow for wood cutting is good, but for fishing, I like it for fishing, but I feel like it'd be so much
Oh.
easier if it was just a 3-tick item.
I'm really curious about something, sorry, like about the tick skilling. Would you guys be okay if they add like knife lock, like for fishing or something, instead of doing the snow? Like would that be okay?
That would make eerie fishing a lot more interesting
Yeah.
compared to because you have to use leather, but for eerie fishing you use like tinderbox, or not tinderbox, you can use a knife log, and that would be like
Or
it
something
would
doesn't have to be
be
knife lock, but something that does that action, like
yeah,
the
something
items.
like that.
Yeah.
It would make eerie fishing like more intensive.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, I guess it would be like more consistent rhythm, but believe it or not, 3-tick item would just make eerie fishing more fun.
Because snow, I don't see myself use snow, but I do like tick skilling. So I'm like kind of like, I think what Wu was also saying, just not a big fan of snow. Yeah. So I always thought about an item that would be cool, I guess. As a follow-up, that would be a cool item to be added in the game. Something that does that over snow,
over snow.
or instead of snow, I guess.
No, that's good. What do you think, Pawz? Oh, Joe, yeah, pause, my bad, sorry.
Yeah. I I would add LMS competitive back to free to play. That would be my update, personally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
With or without the arrows.
Yeah, the arrow's pretty OP.
That's fine.
I kind of miss LMS boosting. That was kind of fun. A fun period of time.
I
That was
regret not
really
doing
fun.
it. I regret so badly not being a part of that.
Someone actually told me the cape I'm wearing. I can't get that actually.
Yeah,
Like the 100 win cape. Like, is that true?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't even like do anything in the reward shop anymore. It just sucks.
Oh.
They could have like done it a lot more better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot more better.
A lot more better.
Yeah.
More
But
better.
You hear that, Jagex? You got to do a lot more better.
I agree.
Some
I
very
agree.
specific feedback from the community. So I don't really comment as much on kind of in-game stuff, but I think one of the biggest updates they could make to this game that would increase player engagement, get new players, and then add a whole new kind of social aspect to the game would be introducing localized voice chat. Obviously, this is something that you could toggle, but having players within like a certain amount of tiles be able to talk to each other, or walking into the GE and hearing like 15 people talk, I think it's just going to add a whole different dynamic to the game, because the most personal relationship you can have with somebody is either via yellow text or blue text, unless you go to Discord. So why send them to a different platform when they could potentially work with Discord or some other voice medium to have players talk in game? I think it'd be sick.
I feel like that would be pretty cool if you like if you like meet someone in game that you like know, and like you're
Yeah.
just talking, or like there'd be some pretty funny PvP clips
Yes.
on Twitter. I guarantee
Mhm.
it.
Hold,
Yes,
hold, yeah.
it'd be hilarious.
Hold shift
I'd also-
to talk.
Yeah. Do you guys
So
remember?
anytime someone's dropping, just hear clicking.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember when people would just hang out at the Varrock Fountain? I feel like that would just come back if they could talk. Like,
Yeah,
IRL.
I remember that. Yeah.
So that's what I would add. And Jagex, don't tell me that's a difficult update. Literally, we're on a coordinate plane. Map certain areas of the coordinate plane and open up a voice channel for that coordinate plane. I know you can do it. I don't know why you're not doing it. Please do it. That's all I have to say.
Maybe once Steam Client takes over RuneLight.
Oh.
Wow. That'll be the day.
Hey, RuneLight plugin developers, do it yourself. Just how they didn't do HD until you guys did it. Somebody make voice, please.
I
It's
think there
fucking
is
sick.
one.
Is there?
There is kind of one, but it's like kind of scuffed because you have to like join a Discord.
Oh, does it
or
shuffle you
whatever.
around?
And it, like it shuffles you around depending on what chunks you're in.
I need to see like a yellow microphone above someone's head when they're talking at the GE. That's how I know we've made it. Cool.
RuneScape lobbies, kind of like COD lobbies. That'd be interesting.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
That'd be very funny. Alright, on to the next question. So what are you guys' thoughts on Freck's controversial tweet? Should free-to-play receive updates like this? And I'll read the tweet email. Boom, boom, boom.
Very controversial.
So controversial, honestly.
Freckles says, Golem cores could have been viable in some fashion. They removed the need for runners to runecrafting, just not tradable. Could be a sizable gold sink if it was a shop. Maybe Marno tosses your GP into the forge. What do you guys think about that?
I feel like if this was to be added into the game, it would have to be done right, and the cores will have to be like lowered to like half their XP, or else it would be like 300k per hour. It would be faster than pay-to-play running,
Mm-hmm.
and also it might turn like reg RC into like shopscape, which is like so weird. Like you'd think Ironman would turn into that, but no, it would just be a free-to-play reg. And oh my gosh, that would affect free-to-play Ironman so greatly.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Free-to-play Ironman and regs might have the same rates because of ogresses, which would be nuts. I think it had to be done right. It has to be carefully added in, which is hard for Jaggers to do.
Yeah, maybe like, I don't know, maybe like you could have people like kill golems for the cores, and then they'd have to sell them to the shop so other people could buy it or something like that, and Ironmen are not allowed to use it or something because it's like from other players. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know, I don't really like things like this. He just I know what he's looking for. He just kind of wants to be able to runecraft without like body talismans just shooting up in price for no reason. Some sort of consistent way of runecrafting in free to play would be very nice, but I don't know if this is the way to do it. Unless they were made tradable, but they also lowered the XP by a lot, then I'd be okay with it. But it's currently that wouldn't be very good, I don't think.
Free to play running would be kind of like gone too, which would be really sad.
Yeah.
But I like free to play running. I think a better solution is if they just like added an RC minigame that costs like pure essence or rune essence to play or whatever, and there's like body tally reward or body talismans in the shop.
Something.
So it'd be like balanced for Ironman, and regs can AFK it or whatever. They just
Like
gotta buy essence on the GE.
Yeah.
So it's basically like buying S and using it on an altar, but like AFK, and you get rewards. So a lot of people will do it, and RC is fixed. And Ironman EHP isn't destroyed.
I think like I don't know if I'd want to sit there and buy shit for however many hours just to RC, but if it was cheaper than body talismans, I'm for it.
Especially if it was like an uninstance shop, because apparently Group Ironman is going to have instance shops, which is kind of like cool, I guess, because for the longest time Jagex was like, no, we can't have instance shops, sorry, which kind of sucks, but I guess it's possible now. But if they weren't instance, then you had to like compete with other regs and stuff like that, and noobs. I imagine some noobs might get a hold of it unless they were really expensive, but and you'd have to hop, and that'd be so weird.
So I don't really feel comfortable answering this question because I've never even touched one of those cores ever.
They're basically just like essence, but times 10 XP.
Oh, so it's times 10. Okay. Yeah, I think like what Pawz said, there's probably a better way. I don't know. If we could just get another way to like get more talismans in the game, I think it'd be better. I don't think we needed a shop for the cores though. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Very controversial.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
it's not ridiculous, but
I don't know much about the topic, but I agree with TJ. There's other solution for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get on to the community questions. So from Twitter, Eurodancer asked, why do you play regular account instead of Ironman, and vice versa? What about you, Woohoo?
I feel like I just changed my goals too much. Like I said, I want to do 99 woodcutting and fishing, but you know, in a week from now, I might be doing mining or something. And DJ left again.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just feel like I flip-flop too much.
Welcome back.
I can't really do that with an Ironman account.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to redo that?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay, cool.
For me, I feel like I've just kind of been playing. I've been just kind of dedicated to one account, and I don't really want to do something else. I have nothing against playing Ironman. I mean, I kind of play Ironman on the side a little bit sometimes, but it's not like my main. But yeah, I don't really have a preference. It's just kind of what I ended up doing, and I'm gonna stick with it. So.
I've always played regular accounts in the past, and ever since I tried Ironman, I've just been more interested in it because it feels more rewarding for me to get certain things in the game. So that's why I'm going to for Ironman, basically.
For me, my first free play account was an Ironman, so that's pretty much the main reason why I stuck with it, because it's the account that I started with. And I was like, I can't quit now. I already put so much time into it, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm really interested in all free-to-play meta, like no matter what account type it is. I'm just interested into the game mode of free-to-play. So I know, it's just Ironman was the first thing I tried, and it stuck with me, you know. And it's a bit nice because you don't really have to worry about a lot of things. There's a lot of like intense reg methods, and there's like GP and stuff, which you have to worry about. And RCs kind of sucks because you have to like body talismans are so expensive, and your best thing is like solo RC, which isn't as fun as like runners. But yeah.
Yeah, so I started out as a reg, but honestly, if I could go back, I would be an iron because I hate playing for GP. Like, if I could never have to log into a regular pay-to-play account again, I would never, ever, ever do it. But that's the downfall. Sorry for the voice crack, by the way. That's gross.
Cheesy.
Heck yeah. Alright, the free-to-play UIM asked, do you plan on adding a clan rank for completing all emotes, songs, quest, combat achievements, collection logs, and boss kill counts? Pawz?
So just DJ and I are gonna answer this because we're admins, but yeah, I don't know, it could be interesting. We already have something in Discord for that, but I don't know. I think for now we're just kind of a skilling clan. It would be kind of cool, I feel like, if other like high level clans are doing that, because like at some point a lot of people are going to get 200 mil all, and skilling clans are just going to end up being people who just haven't gotten there yet. But at the same time, there are people who still play after 200 mil all, so I feel like that could be useful for them, but for us maybe not, because 200 mil all for free to play is still 25k hours, and that's a lot. So
yeah, pretty much what he said. I mean, I think he has all that stuff done, doesn't he?
I think that's probably why he's asking.
Listed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just wants that for himself.
Nice. I mean, yeah, I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know. I mean, like you said, we already have something like that, like the completionist tag or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much that, minus the boss kills and what else did he say? Boss kills, emotes, yeah.
Music, yeah.
Music.
It basically is completionist. I don't know. How many boss kills?
1,000
Each.
Oh, Jesus.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, Tanner.
Yeah.
Cool. Brock asked, what is your favorite free-to-play username? Pawz, who's your favorite?
Favorite free-to-play username. I had an answer. Come back to me.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Maybe one of us will say it.
Musaman Mike.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Tanner.
I've like studied like the art of like what makes a good username, and I've always liked like first name, last name usernames, like Anne Shirley. I really love stuff like that. Or like Inspector Woo or Tyrone P. Like, you know, usernames like that are just so cool. And then also like names with like numbers at the end. I kind of like those two, like Coldfingers 3. But I think my favorite username is probably Cockapoo. I like that name. It's unique. It has an identity, you know. I think that's the biggest part of the username. It has to have a good identity, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely rings a bell.
Well, Tanner kind of stole mine. I was gonna say Cockapoo. I get a kick out of it every time I see him in game.
He's so nice on voice, but in game he's just like, he talks about like poop and stuff. It's so funny.
Thriving community. What about you, Woohoo?
Oh, I said Cockapoo.
Oh, see, nothing there. Alright, DJ?
Oh, I don't know. I had one earlier, just like what Paul said, but I don't remember.
I
You're hard, bro, or something like
That's
oh
that.
yeah, Brom hard, yeah.
Yeah. That
I
was funny.
I did remember mine. It's kind of a joke answer, and I don't know if anybody's gonna get the reference because it was like 2015 this happened, but Grizzly Poo.
Wait,
Wish I could.
what did that reference?
No idea.
It was so you know how like Netbook had a name originally,
Matt
something
222.
else. Matt 222. Part also did the same thing. His original name was Grizzly Poo, so
I didn't even know that. Interesting.
it's a very long time ago.
Yeah, wow. Shout out to Part.
Shout out to Grizzly Poo.
Yeah.
There's so
I've
many
got a-
good names. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
First of all, how dare you? No, there are a lot of good names.
Not to cut you off. Sorry.
I'm a sucker for common object names. Like, I just go through my friends list, like Wooden Spoon. I haven't seen them in a while, but that's just a fun name. So I wonder if we'll see like kind of rare names, as they're called, in free to play. Who knows? But yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Big fan of Uncle Thomas as well, which is kind of a strange thing to be called online. But
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense, you know?
yeah,
It's kind of weird. But
Discord questions.
XP code DDD is pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Good name.
Oh, So Nasty, I like his as well. It's a good name.
DJ, hey DJ, what's the etymology of DJ9?
Dude, I hate people ask me this because there is none, because it's just my Xbox gamer tag, bro. That's
Okay,
it.
so
There's no story.
then how did it become your Xbox gamer tag?
Well, I just had it for so long, and like, I don't know, the 3-character gamer tags on Xbox are kind of rare, and like, I've literally had that thing for like 10 years. So,
How many variations did you try before DJ9 worked?
Oh my god.
oh my god, dude, like probably like 500. My brother has one too.
Shouts out to all the three-character people.
Hey, but I'm trying to get all of the DJ with the numbers after it on RuneScape. I got 3 of them. I got DJ9, I got DJ5, and DJ1. So,
Dude, switch over to DJ1. Number 1 DJ? Are you kidding me?
What about
yeah.
DJ?
I have-
DJ what?
Would you get DJ? Just two letters.
DJ
Oh yeah,
Zero.
definitely. Totally. My name is not even DJ, by the way.
Yeah.
You get all the negatives as well. DJ -9, DJ.
Oh my god.
DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good name. Tanner, you should probably grab that. All right, Discord questions. Flagrus? Flag race?
Flag
Asked-
race.
Flag.
Yeah.
It's not a hard thing to say.
Flagrus? Flagrus asked, my question for the podcast is what makes free-to-play more appealing to pay-to-play for you guys? What are some lesser-known but not as efficient free-to-play methods or activities you guys enjoy?
Well, I read this question earlier, and I gave it a little bit of thought. And I don't know a lot about pay-to-play other than like some very basic. Like I have a very basic idea of pay-to-play Ironman meta. It's basically just like bossing and blood runes. That's pretty much all I know. But some lesser well-known, like all the lesser well-known things I know are like theoretical methods that are like pretty efficient actually. So like inefficient methods that aren't well known aren't very you know, I mean every time a new method is found, like no one really keeps it secret, so people like let it be known, stuff like that for some methods, but all those methods are pretty much public now. There are some methods like for Ironman you can like buy like over 6,000 wines per hour, which can be used for like 1.5 tick gas and basically a 3 tick item, which is actually faster, but it's so like not worth it in my opinion. Or like there's like some 0 time methods for regs that are pretty unused, especially with prayer being so fast now. There's also like 0 time melee stuff that XP Go DDD was doing, That's why he was getting so much EHP. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for like unknown methods. And there's also to touch on the fact, or also to touch on the part of the question that asks about like what's more appealing in free to play. I feel like the methods are more basic, but they're still interesting. Like woodcutting, for example, it's just like willows, right? But you can do like 2.66 tick, you can do double snow, you can do 2.5 tick, you can do all sorts of things. And for Ironman, there's a lot of methods as well. There's like views and stuff. So each skill in free to play has like a really good importance, in my opinion. That's all I had to say.
Heck yeah. What about you, DJ?
Which question are we on? I'm sorry.
The one that
Flaggers.
Flaggers.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, what makes it most appealing for me is the fact that every single update, I'm not losing a third of my EHP. Is nice, you know? And I also don't like the fact that, like, I started an Ironman, a pay-to-play Ironman recently, and I've also recently quit it, or not quit it, but I'm taking a break because I'm just tired of how many dailies there are, or like how much time dailies take up. Like I'm just spending all my time doing my dailies, and then I already got to get off, and then wake up and get on and do my dailies again. You know, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, dailies.
I don't like that.
And to bring back what Verf said earlier in the podcast about like no like limit on chronicle pages, so pretty much delete all dailies in free to play except for like merching, which would be kind of cool because dailies are just bad in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like the minimalist aspect of it, and also I don't have to do Slayer.
That's true.
It's just everything's so simple. Like I can leave for 2 months and come back, and like nothing's changed most of the time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like as I mentioned before, it feels more rewarding and it's really chill. Like if, for example, in members, if you want to train like range, you have like so many options, or you can just chin and it's like extremely fast. But in free to play, you only can really shoot with a bow. Like I don't know. I just like the simple style.
Yeah, for me, like I really hate having to do like prerequisites for things. Like I don't know. If I want to start mining, like all I had to do was start clicking rocks and clicking iron, and then just keep doing it for 3,000 hours. So I don't know. I hate having to do 100 quests, and like, you know, I've never gotten any quest cape or any like stuff like that in members. I just have no interest in that, and I hate making alts too. So that's another thing I hate doing. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good at like just continuously doing the same thing, but like if I have to do something else in order to do that, I'm just like, I have no interest in it. So
it's like you get base 50s and you're already in the end game.
Yeah, exactly.
And to what Woohoo said, the Slayer thing, I couldn't agree more, because I don't know, Slayer is just like, it feels so forced. Like combat is so like, I like combat in free to play because you can like kill so many things. Like even for like regs, you can AFK fleshies, spiders, castle wars, clan wars, 0 time melee methods, stuff like that. And then for irons, you can like do any giant and it's worth it. Even ice giants. Ice giants are really good. They're like just as fast as moss giants, if people don't know. They have terrible drops though. But ogresses, you know, and then you can even like AFK melees on free to play Ironman and stuff like that. Because I don't know, combat's just in such a good position in free to play. Like, there's so many different things you can do, and it's not punishing. It's still like pretty fast, you know.
Sure. The next question from Discord. Lloyd asks, assuming you've played RuneScape across multiple versions / years, what era of RuneScape is your personal prime favorite and why?
I've played since 2003, and I do like the current version the most because I feel like because of the past years and all of the time that I've played, all the knowledge that I've collected I can use now to play these types of accounts, and I don't know, I really like this part because of the freedom of like all the possibilities and on the different accounts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason.
What about you, Pawz?
I started playing in 2006, and I made this account specifically in 2011. Started playing free to play on RS3. It's been 10 years now, which is crazy. So I don't know. I'm pretty nostalgic about like 2011, 2010 RuneScape with like dungeoneering and that sort of thing. But I don't know. I've definitely enjoyed the game the most. Playing old school free to play. Probably honestly like 2016, 2017 was probably like the peak of my enjoyment in this game, probably. So
I'd say my most nostalgic. Well, I started playing in 2006 as well, but the most nostalgic time for me was probably, right around 2010, the pre-EOC era. I remember, getting up before school at like 4 a.m. and playing RuneScape for like 2 hours before I had to get up and get ready every single day. You wouldn't catch me doing some shit like that now, though. No way. But
yep.
But yeah, that was. I think about that a lot actually. I miss that.
I didn't really. I mean, I did. I like probably late RS2, probably around like 2010-ish area. I would play, but like I didn't understand the game. Like I thought you had to like pick a class, so I'd only train mage. I remember.
Like classic.
Maybe I was just like maybe I was stupid. I don't know, but I only came back to this game because of mobile.
Yeah.
I found out this the other day. I actually made my first account in 2009. I was 5 years old.
Oh my god.
And like I was like, what? I thought I made this account in like 2011, and I made my free-to-play Ironman in like 2016, 2015, something like that. But I didn't really play it that much until like 2017, 2018. And my favorite era, the only era I've ever really experienced is like old school, really. So the current era is my favorite, with the free-to-play community and metas and stuff. Like I'm looking back like at like old videos and like old discussions of like what it was like back then, like pre-EOC. Like people weren't like as like efficiency minded, which is so interesting. It's like people didn't really think so much about their account. They just want to just like play and like, compete against others, kind of. I don't know, but yeah, this current era is my favorite.
Well, I'll chime in here. I've played since about 2003, 2004 as well. I'm an old head. Started when I was about 6 or 7 years old. But my favorite era was right when free-to-play clans started to get formed, like TFS, Total Free-to-Play Skillers and whatnot. I guess that's a little bit before 2011. I mean, the forums and stuff existed, but like we kind of saw an active community that sustained itself and like kept up with updates and really kind of talked all the time for a while. And Pawz, I believe you were in TFS for a bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, there are some people that I still bump into from those days, which is weird because it's like I've known you for like a decade, but like obviously like we've never met, but like it kind of feels like people are part of your life if you know them for like a decade. So shouts
Yeah.
out to Schermerhorn, Base Mod, Redefinition, TFS as a whole. Shouts out to the early free-to-play communities.
Speaking of
Yeah.
TFS, Dan's Potato actually met the original owner of TFS, like back in the day on his free-to-play level 3.
Yeah,
It's pretty interesting. I just wanted to say that.
very cool. That's
Wow.
Potato. I can't even remember. Is it Cowboy or like Robot? I can't remember his name.
I don't remember his name. Dan has to tell me the story again.
Hashtag bring back one free-to-play clan.
Yep.
Wow, this is going to be a Pajoter Bleep. Pajoter Bleep?
I couldn't tell you.
PJOETER.
Something
Yeah,
Pewter
I-
bleep.
bleep.
Pewter bleep.
Oh, yeah, Pewter Bleep. Ask
I think it's Dutch. It might be Dutch.
Oh, okay.
Dutch. Pewter Bleep. Ask mole slipper. Sorry, that's. Pewter
my
ask
God.
mole slippers or frog slippers.
Jeez. Organizer over here.
Yeah, canceled for the Dutch accent. There's one answer here. It's mole slippers. I have 4 of them. I only need 1 more item for my collection log, but I have like 4 mole slippers, so please give me the black pickaxe. Pawz, what do you think?
I'm personally a fan of leather boots. Fuck mole slippers and the other one.
Ew. Damn. You fucked mole slippers?
Ew.
Ew. Alright. Tanner?
I just wear the warrior boots. I haven't been paying attention to fashion recently. I've just been clicking. I think it's hard to say. I like them both equally, but I like big feet better, like the best.
Yeah.
So like clown feet and bunny feet. Just big.
Got it. DJ?
My favorite color's always been green, so I'm gonna have to go with the frog slippers on this one.
Plain and simple. Woohoo.
Thought about this, and right now it would be mole slippers, but what if the frog slippers were more like the mole slippers, where you're like wearing the frogs instead
Yeah.
of just having frog feet?
That'd be kinda
Whoa.
cool.
That'd be a lot
That would
better.
Like
Would
the
that
frog
change the meta?
mask.
Elongated frog.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
But right now I'm gonna have to go with the mole slippers.
Good point.
That's fair.
Verf, what you think?
So I was always a fan of mole slippers, but then I got frog slippers first, and now I'm a frog slipper fan. So frog slippers.
Yeah.
GG.
If you guys could have any beginner clue scroll item IRL, what would you guys pick?
Parrot.
Yeah.
Black
Yeah, you
pickaxe.
can get one of those for like $100.
Wait. Maybe some runes.
Some runes.
Yeah. Kill your enemies.
Maybe some like law runes.
Raw
And, like,
trout.
Law runes, air runes, and fire runes. So I can like teleport to Verf. Okay.
Wow.
How do you get back?
Oh no, I could level up my magic.
Home
and
teleport.
I won't. Yeah, I guess. No, because.
Yeah, that's right. It's Pawz. What else do you guys think? You could have a sandwich lady outfit.
Oh god. Cosplay.
Yes.
I would grab the Trent monk top. It seems comfy.
Probably parrot. Parrot's pretty expensive. We can sell it for a good amount.
Why do you guys think Jagex doesn't sell Clue Scroll merch? It just seems like it would make sense. Like trimmed monk robes, that'd be sick. I'd wear that around the house.
I would buy that for
Yeah,
sure.
they don't.
For sure.
Jagex, hire me for a week. We're gonna
I'd
launch
buy
the merch
that.
store.
I'd buy that in a heartbeat.
They should also make pajama pants out of green d'hide chaps. Like, put me in charge, guys. Come on.
They should make it.
Yes.
Let's
You
get
can
this.
buy
Wait,
You can buy like a casket or whatever, and it gives you a random assortment of Clue Scroll items. And if you're lucky,
yeah.
you can.
Jagex, put free to play in charge of your money making. I know that sounds weird, but
It's definitely not gambling.
yeah. Hey, mole slippers would sell. Like, sorry, I'll stop. But
Oh my god, mole slippers. Yes.
that'd be fucking sick. And what does it cost to get them made? Like $6, sell them for 20. Come on, Jamplex. Let's get going. Easy. And then make PJs and other shit. All right. Speaking of business, I snuck this one in kind of later. Did you guys know Jagex was acquired by a large investment company?
And
Yes.
they're probably just gonna get sold again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but Carlyle Group also invested in Supreme and acquired Supreme, and like they're really trying to get into a lot of consumer-facing stuff. Have you guys noticed any like shifts in gameplay or new journeys or experience since January, since Jagex changed hands again?
There's a lot more JMods, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Which I think is sort of a good thing, because I don't know, a
Well-
lot of the JMods are also like they're also more like it's a lot easier to communicate with JMods nowadays than it used to be. And I feel like some of the updates are more well thought out, except for like obviously like the Wildy thing. I don't know what they're doing, but like Below Ice Mountain was more thought out than it actually was when it was first proposed. Also like Temperos, I heard that's pretty good. Combat achievements, clan, I like the clan stuff, even though they still had to fix some things. Steam client was pretty nice. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
I've seen people on Twitter talking about this. It seems like, I don't know, the majority of people seem to think that Jagex is like not like improved the amount of updates that they've come out with, regardless of how many JMods they have. So so it just doesn't seem to have changed much.
Yeah. Boo. What do you think, DJ?
You just said boo.
Oh, woohoo! What do you think?
I haven't changed my gameplay at all, but I've noticed that they're paying people to play now.
Yeah.
Like streamers.
That's
they
called
had
pay to
ask
play, right?
people.
Pay to play.
They pay you to
I
play.
think it's a smart move to pay streamers, because I feel like a lot of people come from OSRS content. So
Yeah.
they like come back to the game, or they rediscover the game, and they sort of just like play on and off from there. If Jagex is lucky, and if they're really lucky, they'll play like autists and just play all day.
Artists.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Artiste. Yes. Verf, what you think?
In terms of gameplay specifically, nothing too much, I guess. But I feel like this year they've done like all the content near the end of the year, like all at the same time, which is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Updates and stuff, like big updates. But I guess I didn't look too much into it, to be honest. So.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So how much have you guys developed in the past? This is for anybody to answer, no order. How much have you developed in the past few years in free-to-play? And we'll start with Pawz. Sorry, no order except Pawz first.
Wow. Okay. I don't know. I guess when I started playing, I did 0 tick manipulation. I guess part of the reason was because Snow hadn't come out yet. But even when it did come out, I was just kind of AFK'd gatherers for the most part. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I don't know. I guess I've tried to adapt with the ever-changing metagame of skilling. I'm trying to remember that quote so badly, but I can't get it precisely. So anyway, move on.
I think I feel like I've gotten a lot more competent. Maybe that's because I'm getting older, but I feel like I've also like made a lot more friends throughout the past few years.
Aww.
Pretty good.
Aw.
We love you, Tanner.
Thank you.
Tanner welcomed me into the free-to-play community, kind of, which is nice. He helped me a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like,
Yeah.
Regarding the question, I'm fairly new to free-to-play still. I've played for a bit, but compared to some of you guys, I haven't done like that much. I feel so.
In my book, literally, like anyone that plays free to play is good.
Yeah.
So, hey, everyone's
Yes. We welcome one and all. Come on, guys.
everyone has their part in the community. That
Except
makes
for
sense.
Dragburn.
And
Yes.
Vizela.
And supplements.
Oh my.
That was just the first thing that came to my mind. Sorry, Vizela, if you're watching this.
No, it's okay.
Supplements. Smart. Okay. That's it, guys. Those are all the questions. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Pause. I'll pass the torch to you then.
I'm good. I guess if nobody else has anything to say, we can end the podcast.
I passed it to someone else.
You guys pass
Yeah,
the torch.
pass it. I'm gonna pass this to Tanner. No, we're not doing
I'm gonna pass this to Verf.
that.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
I had a question earlier, but I don't remember.
Oh.
That's very
Oh,
helpful.
sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
maybe if you remember later, I'll edit it into the end of the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
I do have a question. Pause. What were you doing in game? What are all of you
Um,
guys doing in game during this podcast? That's a good way
What's
to end it.
everyone, what's everyone doing?
I believe it or not, I was clicking rocks.
Wow.
On the podcast.
Hmm.
Mining Renite.
Yeah.
I was killing hill giants.
Whoa. Who would have guessed?
Wow.
Yeah.
I was making earth runes and playing on the chunk account.
Hmm.
Honestly, guys, I hate to say this. I was
DJ's
not
logged
playing.
out.
I was not playing.
Boo.
I logged in for like 3 minutes to check and see my favorite name, see if I had anybody good added, but honestly, I didn't. And yeah, I made some dinner while I was playing, or while we were doing the podcast. I made some penne with meatballs if anybody wants some.
Ooh.
Could I have some?
You send them to me in the mail.
Yeah, just DM me your shipping address. I
Please
got you.
fax them
No.
to me.
I'll just DM you my neighbor's address, and I can like
Yes.
knock on your door.
Give them Plu's
All right.
address.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Just drop
I could
all
do that.
all shipping addresses in the comments, everybody.
Yes.
I'll ship you a penne and meatballs
Dude,
and a
since
glass of champagne.
I want to say this, since I've gotten a job, not to flex, but since I've gotten a job,
Big flex.
it's actually pretty probable that because Blue drives on the street that my job is on plenty of
Mhm.
times. So if
Yeah.
he ever wants to like actually come see me, he can just like drive over because I work in food service, so he can just like drive over and.
Is that an invitation?
That sounds like one.
No, I've already
Will?
mentioned it to him.
Mm.
But
Okay. Well, no, well now everybody knows. And wait, Woohoo, what were you doing in game?
The farmer woodcutting.
oh,
Not
Ooh.
alchemy though, because just
you don't need to.
You good?
doesn't
I
give me
did-
more HP. So what's the point, you know?
I did my first Fallen Star. Is that content dead already? Feels like
Mhm.
it.
All right, wasn't that a 2021 update?
Was it?
Maybe it was like December. Let's
Why?
see.
Yeah, it's already dead. So congrats, guys. And then shops and use, but that's all. That's what I did.
Mhm.
So back to you, Pawz. The torch is passed again.
Okay. Yeah, guess that's gonna be the end of the video. Thank you
Not gonna
everybody
pass it
for.
to someone else.
Not gonna pass it to anybody else. We're at a good point. About almost an hour and 30 minutes.
That's
What's our
pretty
longest we've ever gone?
Over 2 hours definitely.
cool.
Lord have mercy.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching and goodbye.
Bye.
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 See you later.
Bye.